So I would like to introduce you to kquazr, or kquazr2, which it's a 2, so he might have an alt account. I don't know. It's a 3,000, well, not 3,000. It's 2,100 battle account. He's when we respawn 3,900 battles. I mean, he's okay. So think about that. So he has a 50-ish% win rate, roughly, if you think about that. Now, here's what's crazy thing. America currently has a 36% win rate, right? In terms of top tier, you know, high tier, which this essentially is top tier. It's 11.7. Even the Gaijin says, we don't sell top tier premiums. That's top tier. 45% win rate, and he's blatantly cheating. He's also barely positive in the clickbait, even though he's, like I said, blatantly cheating. Barely positive in the A10. He's fairly good in the 120, but I hope anyone would be, considering how easy the thing is to murder people with. Negative in the Bradley, and the new grinding vehicle, the T80, that is 10.7, that is brain dead to play because it's a T80 UD. He's barely positive in it as well. So this is what I've said before, where I don't think people that are stat viable are good at playing the game. Also, he is in a technically competitive squadron. Anyone who has personal squadron ratings means they participate in squadron battles, which means he's participating in a squadron battle account. He himself does not play squadron battles, but their commander does. So, commander, by the way, you have a cheater in your squadron. It's also a brand-ish new squadron, made like mid last year. So, yeah, this is the second time me recording this because for some reason my computer decided to use my webcam microphone, even though I don't even have it plugged in. So I just recorded no audio, so I am recording this again, which isn't the worst thing in the world because I generally just kind of rant in these videos. You also notice that there's a couple other people in this game that have hidden names. Our friend over here who has just K's as his name, and then a friend over here who has a hidden name as well. I checked both of them out already. Usually generally tend to check kind of everyone in these games, whether their account is suspicious or whatever, and hidden names are the tend to be the guys that do the most damage when it comes to that. But you can see our friend here has already expelled 4 or 5 shots on that T80U and didn't kill him, and he's going to take another 2 shots to kill this 2A4M. He's very lucky to even kill the barrel though, because Gaijin's barrel health recently has been absolutely atrocious. I also mentioned recently that I absolutely loathe high tier, or top tier at least, anymore. It's because of this. Cheater problem at high tier is, okay, so people have mentioned that, at least in my comment section, they're like, well, I face a cheater every game or every other game, blah, blah, blah. That isn't the case. However, I will say that at high tier or top tier, I would bet money that if a person played a game, like say, for instance, like Justin plays, I will give an example, who's actually a content creator I like. He plays a lot of top tier. I would bet there was probably a cheater in 1 of every 10 games of his, but because you have players like this guy, who is atrociously bad at cheating, he probably never notices them or ever encounters them, or the player dies, or he's not very good. Like I said, a lot of these guys play top tier or high tier, and they're horribly bad at the game. They just shoot at whatever they see that is in their square for their cheats, and don't do anything else about it. That's just the way they play, and that's always the way that they will play. It's also the fact that the reason why that Gaijin perpetually gets these accounts at these BRs, because these guys just purchase high tier premiums over and over and over and over again, and then, as far as I'm aware, when these accounts get banned, the original owner that they purchased these accounts from refunds the account, and that cycle continues. Now, I don't know if that's actually the case. I have been told that is the case from people that I know that actually do cheat, cheaters that I have talked to, and that would mean that Gaijin is perpetually allowing people to refund scam them over and over and over and over again. If it's true, that's horrible, and it's obviously not illegal, but it's also like it's people continuously doing fraud, and Gaijin isn't doing anything about it, considering that they have their own purchasing server called Xala or Xala, and yet they still haven't done anything about that problem, which to me is just funny if the cheaters and or scammers are getting away with it over and over. If true, that would be hilarious. If not, I don't know. I mean, Gaijin perpetually amazes me with how lackadaisical they are in their processing, considering we have BattlEye in the game now, and I don't even think BattlEye will potentially do anything in the game heuristically wise, which heuristically, if anyone doesn't know, BattlEye works more on a learning system, whereas EAC is more of like a direct sort of root level account, and yet Gaijin still has to let EAC run for a while for the game to learn that there's cheating. The problem is, I don't think if Gaijin sets it up correctly, it's just not going to do anything. So if it does, that would be neat, but I don't think it's going to do much for the game right now because they only implemented it like a week or two ago, and we still have blatant cheaters who haven't even gotten mass banned yet because Gaijin still hasn't figured that out. We also haven't had like battle rating changes in like over 4 months. We haven't had a ban wave since like November, I think. Or no, there was one last month, but it was like 7,000 players, which means these guys, like I said, haven't been banned yet because they've been playing for 2,000 some odd battles, and so they're still not gone. So Gaijin is still just shotgunning their way through banning players and not doing the proper way of getting the actual problem gone in the first place. So I'll leave this here because this match is about to end. As always, if you're a person in question you want to leave to me, please try to follow the pinned comment below. And as always, I hope you have a great rest of your morning, evening, or night, and have a good one.